How is it going, everyone? It's K-Limited here, and today we are going to be talking about a new Monster Truck game. And if you know me and you've seen my channel, or if you've seen my X, or you've seen me on Instagram, you know that I am a big fan of monster trucks. Today we're talking about Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Stunt Mayhem on the Xbox Series X. This is a game that I was pretty excited for. I picked it up for its full retail price, which is $40, and then it immediately went on sale for $20, and I kind of kicked myself in the butt for it. But either way, I still really enjoyed my time with this game. I really like this game, and while it's a short game, it is really fun, especially if you are looking for a cool arcade monster truck style game. This game is published by Game Mill, and if you know who Game Mill is, you probably are not much of a fan of them. They've made some decent stuff, but they've also made some not so decent stuff. They've made Miraculous Rise of Sphinx, which, while I did play that game, it was very buggy and broken. They made DreamWorks All-Star Kart, which I like that game, actually. I don't think it's too terrible. The Switch version definitely has issues. They are the ones that published the Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl games, and they also, I believe, do the Nickelodeon kart games as well. Nickelodeon kart games are actually pretty decent, in my opinion. So they do some decent games. They also did NASCAR Arcade Rush, which was a fantastic game. But this one, actually, I think this might be the best game that Game Mill has published yet. This is a really fun game. It takes place in the Hot Wheels, I guess, universe, you could say, with a bunch of the crazy Hot Wheels sets and stuff. Like, if you have ever seen the Hot Wheels toy sets where they have all the gigantic, like, bosses and stuff like that, it actually incorporates some of those, like, gigantic monsters onto the actual stadium tracks and stadiums themselves. So it's really cool how that works. So this entire game, it's all about monster truck freestyle, which I don't mind. I don't really care too much about the racing when it comes to monster trucks. Like, yeah, it's cool, but I think everyone really likes monster truck freestyle. That's what everyone's really going to see when they go to, like, a Monster Jam event, or if they watch a Monster Jam event on TV. You're there for the stunts, more than likely, and that's what this game is all about. So there's no races or anything like that. It's all about stunts and destroying things. So I think that's okay, but if that's something you're not really looking for, then you might want to skip this one. But it does a fantastic job with the stunts. All of the stunts are really controlled with the thumbsticks whenever you're in the air, and you can also get a special ability for each one of your monster trucks. So if you do enough tricks and you break enough stuff on the actual courses and in the stadiums, then you will get a special ability that only that one monster truck has. So each monster truck does have its own unique ability, which is kind of cool. There are some other stunts, a lot of ground stunts that require you to actually, like, you know, do drifts, and so you can turn it into a donut and stuff like that. There's some ground stunts that will let you do wheelies and stuff, and it's all pretty easy to learn. This game is very simple, and I think that's a good thing. They really did kind of dumb it down. It doesn't feel like a simulator or anything like that. This feels like pure arcade, which I'm completely fine with. The physics are not realistic whatsoever. You're not going to be doing, like, you're not going to have to ramp off a specialized ramp to do backflips. You can do backflips at any time you're in the air in this game. It doesn't really matter a whole lot. You can string together combos by doing multiple tricks in quick succession, and if you crash, you will lose your combo and you'll lose all those points that you've been earning, and that can be devastating during some of these events, especially these high score events where you're trying to get as many points as you possibly can. There's a few different modes. There's the actual points where you're trying to get a certain amount of points before the timer runs out. There's another one which is demolition, and you're trying to do as much damage as possible before time runs out. There's also boss battle. Boss battle is kind of interesting. So basically, whenever the stadium has an actual, like, bad guy in it, it will have, like, you know, a giant scorpion, or it will have, you know, a giant robot or whatever. You'll actually be able to do boss battles in those stadiums, and they're not really, like, they're called boss battles, but all it really is you're looking for some standees. You knock down the standees, and then it will basically open up the gate to the boss, and then you just drive up the boss ramp, and it will say you damaged the boss once you drive up it, and then you just rinse and repeat. You go hit the standees again, go up the ramp to hurt the boss, hit the standees again, and then go up the ramp to hurt the boss. So it's not a real boss fight, but they did try their best to make it more like the actual Hot Wheels sets, like how you see the Hot Wheels sets and how those play and everything. They did a good job of trying to, transition those real-life toys into a video game setting, and I think they did a really good job with it, honestly. you get quite a few different areas that you get to play in, a bunch of different environments and stuff. You get one that is all volcano themed, which I always love volcano themes in any Hot Wheels video game. They also have a cool swamp theme. They have a regular kind of stadium that you start off in. They have a like kind of a big western trash yard that you can also do tricks in, and that one's pretty cool. So there's some decent tracks here, and I like the majority of them. I don't think that there's a single stadium that I actually think is bad. I enjoyed the majority of the stadiums in this game. I also enjoy the trucks in this game. So all of the trucks, there's quite a few of them actually. All of the trucks have different versions of themselves too, so they all have like a couple skins each. So you have the base version, and then you have two other skins that you can unlock for each monster truck. So that's pretty cool. I actually like that. And some of the skins are pretty cool because some of them will like glow and stuff like that. They'll have like lights on them. And I think that's a really cool addition to this game. In terms of graphics, it's not graphically that impressive, honestly. It's not great looking, but it doesn't really need to be, as long as it's fun. And this game is definitely fun. I do think that the lighting looks good. When things first start loading up, they kind of are blurry until they actually, everything gets properly put into the game, but it does look blurry when you first get into the stadium, but it does quickly load and everything looks normal again. But again, it's not the prettiest game, but still, it's still a decent enough looking game, and I think that its fun factor more than makes up for its lack of quality graphics, So the only other real complaint I have about this game is the music. I wish the music would have been better. There's not really any good music in this game. I don't like the music. I wish they would have gotten some licensed songs or something, or maybe, I don't know, just anything else, because the music is almost unnoticeable, and that's not a good thing. In a racing game or any game where you're driving a gigantic car around, you want to hear some music in the background, and there's just not really any good music in this game, so that's a little bit disappointing, but it's kind of expected as well. This is kind of more of a budget title at $40, so I guess I can't really complain too much about that, but it was kind of noticeable, going and doing these gigantic ramps and crushing things, and then you have like no good music in the background. It's just like it's missing that. It's missing that. I can definitely feel that it just doesn't quite feel complete without that music in the background. This game, I think, is a must-play if you are a fan of monster trucks, if you are a fan of Hot Wheels, if you are a fan of Hot Wheels monster trucks. If you are a fan of any of those things, this is a must-play. This is a really fun video game, and the freestyle and the arcadiness of it is great. This is a great arcade-style monster truck video game. A lot of these monster truck games kind of go more for the simulation style, at least the ones that I've played, so it's nice to play this one, which is completely arcadey, completely just ridiculous, and I really do enjoy it, and I recommend it, even though it's not a very long game either. This game, you can actually complete in around 3 hours. You can beat the game in around 3 hours. I 100%ed the game, and that took about 5 hours. So when I say 100%ed, I mean I unlocked every single car, got all the area badges, and I unlocked every single achievement. I fully 100%ed this game. And that took about 5 hours. So it's not a long game, but still, I still think even though it's not a long game, I still think it's worth picking up and playing if you are a fan of monster trucks and just Hot Wheels games in general. This is a really good one. This is probably the best game that Game Mill has ever made, and I look forward to playing more of it. I think that this is a really good game. It's really cool, and I'm glad that Hot Wheels has finally made a Hot Wheels Monster Trucks video game. My only hope is that we get a sequel to this eventually, because I would love a sequel to this game. This is amazing, and it'd be nice to, have more. Oh, and one other cool thing. Bigfoot's in this game, the actual Bigfoot monster truck. I was hoping that they'd put Snakebite in it, too. Snakebite is unfortunately not in this game. That's a miss for me. I wish they would put Snakebite in this, but maybe if there's a sequel. If they make a sequel, I hope they put Snakebite in it, because Snakebite deserves to be in the game. That's all I'm saying. But pick up Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Stunt Mayhem. It's worth your time. It's worth your money, and you should definitely go check it out. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe button down below. I'll see you next time. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.